Parshas Haazinu. What is so special about this week's parsha? In last week's parsha, we were commanded the very last mitzvah, V'ata kisvu lochem es hashira hazos. And now, write for yourselves this song. Many of the Mefarshim explain that this song actually refers to the entire Torah, but Rashi tells us Bashat es hashira hazos, Haazinu hashamayim. It refers to Shiras Haazinu. Even Rambam, who writes that one has to write the entire Torah, understands that Shira refers to Parshas Haazinu. However, Lefisha in Kaisvin as Torah Parshas, because the halacha is that you're not supposed to just write one parsha, therefore you've got to write the entire Torah in order that you can write down Parshas Haazinu. Rambam even records the minhag that there were people who would read this Shira every single day, never mind Pitamak Torahs. So what is so special about this week's parsha? So one answer is according to Ramban, close to the end of the parsha. Ramban tells us that Shiras Haazinu encapsulates the entire history of the Jewish people, from the very beginning until the end of time. That means even the future. But I'd like to explore another answer, if I may, in that this parsha discusses our relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Moshe and Yeshua are recounting many of Klal Yisrael's averas, along with some of the terrible punishments that await those that challenge Hashem. Concluding this section, we read, Amarti af ehem ashbisa me'enosh zichron. Rav Hirsch translates, I said I would relegate them into a corner, let their remembrance cease from among men. So incredibly, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is saying that He would destroy us. He would wipe us off from the face of the earth, but He doesn't. Why not? Why doesn't Hashem destroy us? Not because He loves us, not because of the chosavos, but remarkably, HaKadosh Baruch Hu seems to be concerned about what the nations, what our enemies would say. The next pasuk says, Lule ka'as oyev agor. Were it not that I would heap up annoyance from enemies, penyanakaru tzoremoi, lest their oppressors would misunderstand it. Penyomru yodenu ramach v'lo Hashem par kol zos. They would say, our hand is superior. It is not Hashem who has brought upon us all this. Amazing. HaKadosh Baruch Hu seems to be so bothered, Kaviyachol, what the other people would say and claim, that He spares us. Rabbi Yitzchak Kutner, Pachad Yitzchak and Yom Kippur, he writes, Ha'ashkafa harishona b'dvarim halalu. The first thought in this matter, goizelesi, rasmanu chosei shalom esbeinim bahem. It robs us of our tranquility. It beggars belief, we would say. This is the Shira of Haazinu? This is supposed to make us feel good? That HaKadosh Baruch Hu only saves us because of His kavod? Rav Hutner explains that actually these pesukim provide us with a real reassurance by teaching us that our existence as a people is intertwined with the kavod of Hashem. HaKadosh Baruch Hu's honor is bound up with ours. Just when our enemies feel that they have won upon us, just when they think they've triumphed over us, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, you mess with the Jewish people, you're starting with me. You start with Hashem's people, HaKadosh Baruch Hu takes it personally. And that is something very reassuring. Rav Hutner continues by writing that Kavod Hashem is integral to the tshuva process. And that's why Chilul Hashem is so serious, is so severe, and making a Kiddush Hashem is so important. I cannot emphasize enough the importance of making a Kiddush Hashem during these times. When a person walks into a shop and he takes his mask off because he can't be bothered putting it on, it makes them uncomfortable. Stop and ask yourself, am I being Mekadosh Shem Shemaim? Am I making a Kiddush Hashem? Or Chas v'Shalom, am I making a Chilul Hashem? We must stop and ask ourselves this question on a regular basis, because that is integral to Teshuvah. I wish you a Gemar Chasima Tova and a wonderful Shabbos.